Well, joined by a three-time National Hockey League All-Star, 500-plus games in the NHL, all with the same organization, the Detroit Red Wings. But it was right here in Grand Rapids in this building is where it all really began and set the stage for this phenomenal career for Jimmy Howard, who indeed has had a phenomenal career. We hope that it continues. We'll find out more about that a little bit later on. But Howie, happy holidays to you. Great to see you as always.
You too, Case. Thanks for having me on here
Oh
today.
my gosh! Well, thanks for joining us. You've got even though there's no hockey right now, I'm guessing pretty busy around the Howard household these days with four kids now. Louis just joined the ranks. Back in right before
Right
the
before the
COVID thing?
lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before the lockdown. He was born on March 2nd, and yeah, it's been busy between remote learning and the boys hockey. It keeps Rachel and I very busy.
Are they playing? You got James the fourth,
Yeah.
Henry. Both of them playing right now.
Both of them are playing, but both of them are shut down right now, and as is everyone pretty much in the state. But I think we're going to be starting up here soon, and we got a tournament scheduled next weekend in Pittsburgh, so hopefully it's all a go. Because these kids need a little bit of normalcy in their lives, and hockey. They enjoy playing it. They love it. They love Dad being able to take them now, and uh, I just hope for all kids' sakes that they're able to get back to a little bit of normalcy.
It's funny. I read an article. You were talking about how post hockey you were looking forward to being a dad on a more regular basis and coaching. Although supposedly lacrosse will not be a sport that the people that run that are going to allow you to coach.
No, no, lacrosse will not be one of them. I'll stick to what I know, and that's hockey, and let the coaches deal with them. It's like herding cats, right?
Yeah, yeah.
when you get the kids out there, it's they're going in all different directions. So I'll let the lacrosse coaches deal with that.
Well, Jimmy, some news coming out today in the NHL. Looks like every day we get closer to a potential start. Mid-January now is what they're talking about. What are your thoughts on all of that?
Well, that'd be great. People need sports. All throughout the country and in Canada. It's it brings people together, and during these uncertain times and during this pandemic, people have been sort of lost. So it'd be nice to be able to have just something to come together with, and a lot of that revolves around sports. Whether you're watching it on TV or you're able to go to an event if you're lucky to live in a city that's allowing people to go to them, but it'd be great to, just see the NHL up and running again. They did such a phenomenal job with the playoffs and the bubbles there. So hopefully they got something in the works to keep, everyone safe and, get the season going.
Well, people, of course, in all over North America and the world, for that matter, like you say, sports is so important. Detroit is such a phenomenal sports city, as you know, Howie. But man, oh man, we need to get some winning going again there, don't we? I mean, I don't know who's going to get there first. I talked to Glendenning not long ago. Who's going to win the first title going forward? The Tigers, the Lions, the Pistons, or the Red Wings? They're all kind of in that same boat right now.
Yeah, they are. It's kind of uncharted waters here. As far as Red Wings, as far as the Red Wings go. But Steve's got him on the right path.
Yeah.
He made some. He quietly went about his business there at when free agency opened up and added some nice pieces for them. And I wish that organization nothing but the best going forward.
And of course, the announcement came not that long ago that the Red Wings and Jimmy Howard will be parting ways. Your thoughts about that, Howie? I mean, like we say, such an incredible career, not just in terms of numbers and accomplishments, but the fact that you played for one organization that entire time. That's something I know you're incredibly proud of, especially in a city like Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so blessed. Looking back to the day that I was drafted by the Red Wings to the day that we parted ways, it was such a fun, memorable ride. And like I said, I've got nothing but praise for the organization, the Illich families, Ken Holland, who's was my boss for the longest time, and Steve, and all the coaches that I've had and teammates. I wish them nothing but the best, and hopefully it won't be too long before they right the ship.
I was going to keep people in suspense, but let's just get right to it, Howie. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. You and I were talking before off the air here, before we started this, just where do you stand? I mean, I know you'd love to play, but it seems like in talking with you and going back and forth a little bit that you're content with, potentially calling it a career.
Yeah, I am. I haven't closed the door on it whatsoever. I'm still training and skating and doing what I need to do to, be ready in case a team calls. But, if no team comes knocking, I'm personally content to hang up the skates, call it a career, and just, hang out with my family. Like I said, I'm enjoying my time being around my family. I've missed out on so much of the kids' activities, growing up because I was always gone, or I was, had a game or something along those lines. So to be able to be in their lives and to, be coaching both teams or both kids' teams, I've had a lot of fun with it. And I think I take it a little bit harder during during these quarantine times when they don't have any hockey because I got nothing to
do. Well, I'm anxious to see what happens here, as are a lot of people. So many Jimmy Howard fans, and I'll put you on the spot if you could. It's got to be a strange feeling to even the thought of playing somewhere other than Detroit and wearing the winged wheel. If there was another organization, though, in perfect world, if you could pick one, where would it be?
That's a great question. I don't know. It just for me to, I think, sign now would just have to be a perfect situation. That opportunity of, winning another Stanley Cup with an organization, that's what I'd be looking for. And I'm not just going to sign a contract to just go and play and have to move away from my family for 6 months or whatever it is, when they get the season going. So for me, it's just, I know I probably closed the door on a lot of teams with that, but like I said before, I'm perfectly content where I am in my life right now.
The thought of going back to New York. I mean, you're an upstate New York boy, New York through and through. With the Islanders or the Rangers be on the radar?
They definitely would be, but
especially the Islanders are moving up the ranks right now.
Yeah, but like I said, there's not much going on right now, so it's it's kind of a waiting game, and you just got to keep yourself ready just in case. But if it doesn't come to fruition, I'm good with calling it a career.
Well, let's harken back on that career a little bit here. Starting, really, I think the significant years began at the University of Maine. Why'd you wind up going there, by the way? I always I don't know if I ever asked you that before. All the years we've been together, coming out of the, like we see upstate New York, playing a little junior hockey in Canada, which wasn't far away. Mm-hmm. Pretty much a Syracuse Ogdensburg boy, but University of Maine Black Bears is where you wind up playing your collegiate hockey.
It all had to do, to be honest, with Grant Stanbrook. He was the assistant coach there at the time. Tim Whitehead was the associate head coach before he was made the interim head coach before he was made the official head coach. And Grant just stuck out, just head and heels over everyone else. I mean, he just just because of how many goalies he'd put in the NHL. You could learn so much from him, not only at the goalie position, but any position. He was just a wealth of hockey knowledge. And he's still not only a coach, but he's a mentor figure to me. Whenever you need something or talk about something, you can give him a call and he'll sit on the phone with you for hours. So he's also a great friend. And, he was a big part of why I chose the University of Maine, just because just the fact of the history that he had of, Garceau, Mike Richter, Mike Dunham, and Mike
and
Richter,
Bishop, right?
What's that?
I
Yeah,
think, yeah,
Bish was after me.
yeah, right after you,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's Scotty Darling, Alfie Michaud, all guys that that played in the NHL. So you know, when I got to go there on a visit, it felt like home. Like everyone up there, welcomed me with open arms. And by the end of my visit, I'd already had a couple of visits under my belt, so I knew what I was looking for. And the University of Maine was the perfect fit for me.
I tell you, and it was certainly no regrets. I know that because the accomplishments there. You had a 1.19 goals against in your sophomore year, which to this day still stands as an NCAA record. I can't imagine anybody's ever going to break that. You had the 63 save game, the double OT, triple overtime win against UMass, and then of course just one stinking goal away from a national title. You lost our ex-Griffin Brett Skinner in the University of Denver in '04, one
Yeah,
zip in the championship game.
yeah, that was a tough break. We had a goal called back in the national championship game. I think we scored like 3 or 4 minutes into the game, and it was called back for crease violation. And go figure, they changed the rule the next year. But yeah, I mean, I think in the dying, we had a 6-on-3 the last minute of the game, and we hit two posts and a crossbar. So it just wasn't meant to be. It was a magical run for us all that year, to be on the brink of elimination in the first round of the playoffs there. Um, to coming back and winning 5-4 in overtime against Harvard, or maybe we scored. Maybe we scored four unanswered in the in the third period. I can't quite remember, but
Not like you
it
haven't
was,
played a few games in your life.
yeah, it was a magical run though.
Well, speaking of magic, you brought a lot of that here, Howie, and we to this day, I know fans just think so highly of you, and not just what you did on the ice here. 05-06 was a year that we'll all remember as maybe the best team that didn't win a championship. Pekka Rinne and the Milwaukee Admirals got in the way. That reminds me. I want to ask you, in your long NHL career, were there certain goalies or teams that you got up for more than others? And I'm guessing Rinne probably was one of them. Many times up against him in the Nashville Predators.
I mean, obviously, if you look at my numbers against teams, New York's probably up there at number one, just because that was my childhood team growing up. I idolized Mike Richter. I remember sitting on the edge of the table watching him win the cup in '94, and so I always enjoyed going to Madison Square Garden, playing there, and also playing them back here in Detroit. But yeah, Nashville was always fun to play against, because you knew it was going to be a very competitive game. And Nashville, that town, those fans, they're crazy. They can bring it. So it was always great energy. Playing against Chicago, St. Louis when we were in that. The old division before we moved to the East, it was always fun because it was always like rivalry night. So those were always the games that you seem to get most up for. You looked at the schedule at the beginning of the year to see those teams in the Central Division when you're going to be playing them, because you're going to be playing them a lot.
Any goalies though you like to beat more than others?
Oh, obviously the King. He played for New York. But no, I mean, not really. It was just sort of a game within the game. So that's how I approached it every single night. Was to try to outdo the other guy at the other end of the ice.
Talk about your time here, Howie, in that 05-06 team. We visited with Don McLean not long ago. A phenomenal 56-goal season he had. How good was that team, and how disappointing was it not to win a title in what was your first year pro here?
Yeah, I mean, it was disappointing. That team was so good. I remember, what was it, the month of March? We didn't lose a game or anything like that.
Yeah,
it was a ridiculous run we went on, and then
I know you won 12 in a row, which stands as a record still.
To get to the conference finals, and then we get swept was kind of an eye opener. But they had a good team. They had Toots back down playing with them, Scotty Upshaw. They had Pekka in net, and he stood on his head. So the better team, won that series.
And like we said, the fans loved you, and certainly looked up to Jimmy Howard in so many ways. Your accomplishments on the ice, but off the ice too, and the Howard's Heroes program, and to this day still going strong. Jimmy buys 4-season tickets for kids from DeVos Hospital and their families, and the banner normally is right up there behind us. We'll have that going. We'll have that up again here. We hopefully real soon again.
Yeah,
What
hopefully.
a great thing! Great contributions to this organization for the 4 years you were here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, to give back. We're so fortunate to be able to play the game that we love. Of living out our dreams, and to, just to put a smile on somebody's face, for a couple hours every single night is well worth it. And, that's why you do it, because there's, people that are, just less fortunate out there in the world that have to go through, terrible things, and to get their mind off of it, and to, have them come in, watch a hockey game and just enjoy themselves. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you were an all-star here. You were a man of the year back-to-back years, the community player of the year, man of the year award. You so richly deserved and earned. And, you've taken that to Detroit too. I mean, you've got your own foundation now. In fact, I think it was not long ago, you donated $50,000 to Detroit Mercy Hospital to buy N95 masks for the healthcare workers. Typical Jimmy Howard stuff.
Yeah, like I said, but I wasn't the first wing to go out there and do it. It was Abby and Larks who stepped up right away. And
hockey players, the best.
What delayed mine was just finding masks. There was such a shortage of them at that time when the frontline workers needed it. And I'm fortunate that Sherry, who runs my foundation, was able to find them, and we were able to purchase them and get them here to DMC downtown, because early in spring it was complete chaos around here.
Got to go back to your days here. Maybe the highlight of your time here in Grand Rapids.
The old tuxedo jerseys. Those were so ugly, Case.
I had nothing to do with it. I'll take one for the team when I need to. But
it's been what, 14 years. You can come clean. You can come clean on your design.
No, merchandising is not my forte, and nor was it the guy that chose those.
Oh, those were something else on New Year's Eve.
I want to show another photo here too of, that's one thing you do. Not as much in the NHL as you do it in the minor leagues, where you're wearing different jerseys. For most of them are raffled off, auctioned off for various causes. We do a lot of that here, and most of the jerseys are much nicer than that tuxedo jersey for sure. But one thing I know, they do a great job in the NHL. Hockey Fights Cancer. I know you've worn different colored equipment to. The pink, I know, has been a big deal in the National Hockey League, breast cancer awareness, etc. How hard is it, by the way, when you get all that new equipment to wear for 1 or 2 games? How hard is it to adapt to that stuff and just jump right into it and play?
Oh, it's not that hard. The equipment comes, pretty much ready to wear right out of the box now. The technology with the equipment is, through the roof. So
it's not like the old brown pad days, is it?
No, it's not like as a kid where you needed a month just to break them in. But it wasn't that difficult. I remember for the breast cancer awareness pads, they actually showed up that morning. I wore them in pregame skate, and then I wore them that night. So, sometimes you get the equipment there a little bit in advance, so you're able to break it in a little bit more. But most times than not, it showed up a couple of days or the day of the game, and you just threw it on and went.
No matter what you were wearing, what a career, Jimmy Howard. Again, 543 games, 2.62 career goals against, .912 save percentage. That's pretty darn impressive for a career, which I personally hope isn't over. Look back on it for us. Sum it up. Is it better than you thought it would be coming out of Maine and even here in Grand Rapids?
Yeah, I mean, just you can't really put it into words. Like you lived your dream, growing up. I mean, what more can you ask for? And to be able to do it with the organization that drafted you, and to stay in one team and not have my family constantly packing up and moving around is like I said, we've just been so blessed by this city and the Detroit Red Wings organization that I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't go back and change a single thing.
It's just something about these towns, Detroit. Me, I'm from Flint. I'll fight to the death for that city. It gave me so much growing up. I know you feel the same way about Detroit now, having been there for so long. I know you've made friends with, Matthew Stafford. I mean, he's kind of in that same position you are. I mean, it gets criticized from time to time, although great quarterback as you have been, a great goaltender. But you guys are in the spotlight position, no doubt, for two teams that are trying to get back on top again. And, for the Lions, it's been a long time since they've been on top. You talk to him much? Who's got more pressure on him, by the way, him or you?
Definitely Matthew.
Yeah.
Matthew's got way more pressure than any Red Wings player on him. I think if the Lions were ever to do something, they're ever to, make it deep in the NFL playoffs or, possibly win a Super Bowl, this city would be turned inside out.
Oh, yeah. The state would
There's
sink into the lakes.
A lot of diehard Lion fans around here. And, hopefully, they can get it figured out and turn it around. But, yeah, I would have to go with Matthew being at the top pressure cooker position in Detroit.
Yeah, that's but again, and people just fall in love with those teams, don't they? I mean, I know I've been a diehard Lion, Tiger, Piston, Red Wing fan since I was a wee little guy, and it's a blue collar town, and it's as good a sports town as there is, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. I mean, the way the fans are behind every sports team, no matter how it's going, it's truly remarkable. You don't get that in a lot of markets. You get a lot of fair weather fans, but not here in Detroit. They live for sports, and that's why this place is home now. Our kids were all born here, and this is going to be home. And I feel, as much as part of the community as someone's been here their whole life.
And I'm assuming you're staying there. And whether you're playing hockey or not, if it's over for Jimmy Howard, Detroit's home now for the rest of your life, you think?
Oh, yeah. This is home.
That's beautiful. 4 generations of Howards. How's Grandpa Howard doing, by the way?
He's doing good. I believe he's 88, maybe 89 now. I've kind of lost track since he's gotten up there in age, but he's still doing well. He enjoys, after Christmas, he'll head down south to Myrtle Beach so he can play some golf. He's still driving himself around. So no quitting that, man.
I was going to say, how proud is he to have a great grandson? I mean, my goodness. That's pretty impressive.
Well, he's got 3 of them.
But in his name now, you got James, and of course Louis is the most recent. Which, like you say, you and Rachel, holy cow, you guys are.
I mean, it's all her. She's the glue that keeps everything together in this household.
How much hockey stuff is going to be purchased here in the next couple of weeks leading up to Christmas?
Not much.
They've probably already got it all, right?
They already have it all, considering, they play for their teams. James plays for the Oakland Junior Grizzlies program. Henry's in the Oakland Junior Kodiaks program, which is the same as the Grizzlies. So they all got their team stuff. So when it comes to hockey, they don't really need much.
Jimmy, thanks a ton.
It's not like playing for Ogdensburg.
Yeah.
Going up everyone in this.
How much did you play there, by the way, before you departed to?
I played there from when I was 5 to 14 years old.
Yeah, because you were born in Syracuse. What's funny is Rick Carlisle, NBA coach, Dallas Mavericks coach, is from Ogdensburg, and
he's technically from Lisbon, which is just outside Ogdensburg.
Okay, because I know they list you and him and who else is from there as the most famous people from Ogdensburg. But what's funny about him is he also went to the University of Maine. I
know it's a small world. It's such a coincidence. Yeah. That didn't play in the decision whatsoever, though.
No. Howie, thanks a ton, man. This is
Oh, my pleasure.
always a pleasure to catch up with you, and we wish you best over the next several weeks. And happy holidays to you and Rachel and the kids. Say hi to your dad for me.
I will.
Good luck. I certainly hope that I just don't want to see you hang him up just yet. Even though, like you say, what a career! What a phenomenal career! Appreciate it, Jimmy. Great seeing you again.
Happy holidays to you too, man.